Who's that Pokemon? Find out during Pixelmon Corner towards the end of today's video.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Pixelmon Adventures in the YouTube region. I am your Pokemon professor, Professor Frogge, and you might be wondering why this episode is running a little late. That is because I recorded it before, but I did not like the way that it went. Yes, that is true. It happened again. I recorded something, didn't like how it came out, so I do it again. Better. Luckily, not a whole lot happened. And I also realized I forgot to grab Venus out of the PC. It's also a good time for me to introduce my assistant. Say hi. She's a little shy. As I was saying, not a whole lot happened last episode. Not last episode. The last time I tried to record this episode. Chloe, she just kind of got hired on between the recording of last episode and this one. But onto more urgent stuff. You see how the my team on the side is drastically different? That's pretty much what last episode was about, and I tried to turn it into a video telling you guys how to make good teams for your Pokemon adventures, and I didn't like the execution of it. I liked the ideas, not the executions. Also, as you can see off to the side again, we did catch a Piplup. It is now a Friendplup, I think. Yeah, Friendplup. That's basically... I can show the footage of me getting the Piplup now. Wasn't that exciting? I bet it was exciting. Totally exciting. And now, time for me to try to record this episode again. This time being more formatted. And this time with the help of my lovely assistant and this Minccino right here. Say hi, Minccino. Let's get this very long Pixelmon Corner style video underway. Welcome to Professor Frogge's Guide to Making a Good Team. Step 1. Variety is the spice of life. Each Pokemon you encounter has its own typing. Minccino, for example, is a normal type, while Houndour is a fire dark type. Good trainers have teams that cover a wide arrangement of types, as this allows them to come up with strategies on the fly. Even gym leaders, who are known for being experts in a singular type, can have a wide arrangement of Pokemon typings. Their teams are more focused on taking out Pokemon who would pose a threat against their specialty. Step 2. Get to know each other. Each Pokemon's strengths are determined by their stats. Minccino's strength, for example, is their speed. In the Pixelmon Corners, we cover that episode's featured Pokemon's strengths, so it's a handy resource for up-and-coming trainers. Pay attention to their movesets. Along with the type, each move also has its own attributes. Physical moves are typically affected by your Pokemon's attack, where special moves are affected by your Pokemon's special attack. When making your team, it's good to pay attention to which stats your Pokemon's strengths are, to pick moves that cater to them. A special attack Machamp or an Alakazam that focuses on punches are not going to be too helpful in a battle. Each Pokemon also has their own ability. These can range from making them immune to certain status ailments or types, boosting the power of certain moves, really anything. Each species of Pokemon can have anywhere from 1 to 3 different abilities. Using an ability patch or ability capsule allows you to change a Pokemon's ability. Also, hold items. Each Pokemon can hold an item, which will give that Pokemon any one of a wide variety of effects, from berries to items that boost the power of a certain type of move to various other things. Keep these in consideration when making your team. Step 3. Training, bonding, and hardships. Did you know that the more time you spend with your Pokemon, battling alongside each other, the stronger that Pokemon becomes? That is because of EV training, which we'll cover later. But alongside EVs, there is also friendship. Typically, friendship doesn't directly affect a Pokemon's power, but in special cases, a Pokemon can evolve when it reaches a high enough friendship. Certain moves can be powered up with high friendships, and in some regions, a Pokemon may even act on its own in a battle to avoid attacks or shrug off status abnormalities. I have not yet observed this phenomena in the YouTube region. Also, keep your chin up. You aren't always going to win, and that's okay. Sometimes you just need to change your strategy up a little. Instead of throwing everything you got at one Pokemon, have a status move that totally shuts down their strategy, like Rain Dance, Worry Seed, or Trick Room. You're only going to get better with experience. Step 4. Becoming a Pokemon Master is a long road. An in-depth look into EVs. A newly caught or hatched Pokemon starts off with 0 EVs. Each Pokemon you defeat will yield EVs that can help bolster your Pokemon's strengths. Some common Pokemon that you can encounter that increase a certain EV include these. There are also vitamins you can give your Pokemon for faster results, and there are berries that can decrease the EVs in a certain stat if you've changed your mind or accidentally got them. Furthermore, if you do decide to go down the route of EV training, then you may be interested in the power items or the Macho Belt, which help further your gains when you EV train. Each Pokemon has a unique nature that can boost a certain stat while decreasing another stat. These personalities or natures can be affected by mints. Pick mints that play well with the Pokemon's natural talents. For each Pokemon, for each stat, there is a hidden modifier that affects the growth of that stat. We call those modifiers IVs. They're present from the Pokemon's birth, but can be bolstered by bottle caps of all things. Breeding is an invaluable tool for a Pokemon trainer. There's a few caveats for it though. The Pokemon in question have to be part of the same egg group. When breeding for a specific Pokemon, the Pokemon in the egg will take after the mother's species. Both of these rules can be ignored when breeding with a Ditto. Certain moves, and even the IVs of a Pokemon can be passed down to their offspring through breeding. Using an Everstone allows the nature of the one holding it to be inherited as well. Using the power items guarantees that a certain stat's IVs get inherited, while a Destiny Knot guarantees that 5 IVs get inherited from the parents instead of 3. Bottle caps can only affect the Pokemon they're used on, and their effects do not get inherited. Don't try it. I've thought of it before. It does not work. That's all for this guide from Professor Frogge. Enjoy. Get good. Well, wasn't that helpful? Not only was it helpful, but it was also short, which is a good and bad thing because now I need to come up with something for the rest of this episode. But worry not, for I have a great idea. I just need to grab this. I think you might be asking what we're planning to do. and it is simple. We're going to defeat this Rattata. No, it's not that. I actually need to grab something else, which I have in my inventory. We are going to make a stadium. Or not a stadium, but like a very small battle arena. That's what we're doing. Because I realize we don't really have a place for that here. Right? Like, you go to the laboratory to visit me. I help you out with your Pokemon stuff. And then there's no good place to actually try out your skills. That's sad. But this is what we're doing right now. Just chopping down some trees for a little arena. Yeah, this is much better. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks nice, I think. Just a little grassy battle plane. And with that, I'm going to consider this a done. So, thank you for watching. Guess a real quick Pixelmon corner, and then I'll catch you guys next time with more. A bye-bye, 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 and a bye-bye. Welcome to Pixelmon Corner, your one-stop place for Pokemon knowledge from the YouTube region. You know who I am, but you may not know today's Pokemon. Today's Pokemon is Minccino. This adorable fluff ball of a Pokemon absolutely loves to clean up dust with its tail. When a shiny stone is used on it, it evolves into Cinccino. Minccino is an uncommon find in hilly birch forests, so if you're trying to find one, prepare for many long nights, as they're also nocturnal. When evolved, its best stats are its speed, followed by its attack. For moves, it can learn a lot of status and physical moves, though if you don't have easy access to a move reminder, it may be a bit of a pain to have it learn moves after evolving it, so don't go using that shiny stone immediately. You know, Minccino was quite helpful for today's guide earlier. I'm gonna have to thank Chloe sometime. Wonder if she likes sandwiches or curry more. Huh. Have to ask her about that in a bit. Anyway, that's all for this Pixelmon Corner. Be sure to check out the next episode to learn about our next Pokemon. Hope to see you there.